Watch out from Amagana Live Radio from New York City.
Hey, my name is Rolensky. Watch out for Amagana Radio Live from New York.
Watch out for Amagana Live Radio from New York City. Wow.
Listen to Amagana Radio Station, guys.
This is JD Execution live from FYW TV. Watch out.
Here Amagana Radio. Moment the BR.
Amagana Radio live from New York City.
Amagana Radio live from New York City. On my dear, before my
Watch out from Amagana Live Radio from New York City. Wow.
Hey, my name is Rolensky. Watch out for Amagana Radio Live from New York.
Watch out for Amagana Live Radio from New York City. Wow.
Listen to Amagana Radio Station, guys.
This is JD Execution live from FYW TV. Watch out.
Here Amagana Radio. Moment the BR.
Amagana Radio live from New York City.
Amagana Radio live from New York City. On my dear, before my Amagana Radio live from New York. Watch out. Amagana Radio, our American man. 2024. Ghana Mabunu, Wajun Waba Autumn. SS Subium. 2024. Ghana Mabunu, Wajun Waba Autumn. Mine are auto a man, and I then out to a man. Abusan say, Passobe na winya free Ghana so as a Ghanaian. SS Subium. Paswo ben na winya free Ghana so as Ghanaian. Mikasa free Amagana Radio live from New York City. And they were high or Hamagan tea, a Kasama Gan tea, a Mabunu tea or high the BIA cano. And they Saturday, 15th June, about 10 to New York City. Oko Ghana, so I influence a bebo 2-2 or Ghana. BBI Kasama Gan tea or high or Hamagan tea. And net the NTA will have 2 near a near Bema, ye papa KSM. Na oye show be a friend no. Thank God this Friday. And we was starting the show no. A chepa yi. The NTA you want to say you were because or no or the show be aba. I will say a talk show. Or say Ghana for a coolable. I be discuss it. Bebe 3 months or 2 months ago. The Amagana Radio. Yes, so yeah, the message be by. And yes, we can want them say Ghana as a Ghanaian for so na winya free Ghana so. Anna, yes, I discussed the 2024 1 hour 2 hour man. And I didn't know 2 hour. Jebe discuss is any man say for so na winya as a Ghanaian. And you say on also the show be by similar to 7 hour canon. The person rate article crown on and discuss na ye man chirman who say Ghana, this year Ghana near more air din in near my coswa, air din, air back to back now, the BIA cana, I say, paying for no pay attention. Next, omo pay attention, ye Ghanaians and in a enemy home. Ye name your home as a Ghanaian, ye name your home for so as a Ghanaian name for so a free Ghana so. And tea, and I must any money cosmo because also recently, Canadian Japan about me, our platform so a campaign. Based on the name of Chelma, and also Teno as independent or yeah, sure. On also new modi CC and ya way now. Now people don't expect say Obesako bag niba miyako ya bako. But this is the thing and confront as anything ever say in your education because politicians will all be politicians. And a nipa the way our tenants are now be BBI intimacy sound based on institutions now do washing. Now politicians will be any near benefit you on no more anymore. Omo yet is a minute. To share the course of Anglo for ye Kennedy pa. And our face so guru ne Kimpaluta and other musicians so called platform ye yo mo pa. Now ye yo mo for ye yo mo me blame mo because Ghana no near be because sometimes can Anglo until I say. But every time no. Yes, say so 9 na do nsa asania say so nsa ana obeti ase the ebe na mi bu no say sisi ana ebeduru pesi ana niam bebre ko so e wo Ghana ebeduru say te bedu politics time be so a ye politician ti Mrs. Sam mo bicycles ni mponchi ni de no mo de villages so obekaya last 4 years or saying omo de niema ni bi kokwa ma ye pamo omo ene mo no ye pamo omo de gu omo so de niema na emo omo ndi sa ye be na me bu no se sa so onan na ado nsa asone a e so nsa obeye den e be duru mre bi no sa politicians no the same thing omo de mo no niema kwa ye pamo omo first ni ye gidi no omo vote no sa na musicians na every year no omo so nim se mfaso omo betimo anya because omo ato aba ma mpenyifo na omo nya mfaso obi a mfiri so no. So do time now, you better from us on be performing Jesus kakese no obi anje. Why? Because nipa adie bia wo ye no untimi ndua body enkotwa kwadu. Cause the Ghana and nipa bre be di omo be di ya say tomatoes me no tensi di dokono kra untimi nto e kom ni oya ni nipa eku ni malam fo nkrofo ni namji eduro ni e kom ni oya no. Se o musician na onipa no okodi sa nipa na chi Jesus kana kan o se nsusaso e wo echi. So we cheaper because obi ya no obi bre na so as obi ku obi na akwaji skedi unya so mfusanso de bia ye kansa atembu na wa ha ya eni bebia ntinipa die bia bebia no ahweye de kam ye che ni nyanse beduru bebi musicians no from nko because obi su no obi ya na okakra obeji nti wa fa echi so okoje a beduru bebi obi anko biem ebe boba because ebe one na trans dream say police and the morning cast ni niam akwa angrofo de beka edbe mom ne pamom sa na ebe sa dru ti nsem na ye kan say ye be hre ye nuanu mo amoba no say sometime obia kan obia on vlog obia on platform omo kasa be dru maybe ye try Ghana radio atwi bloggers ni be attention say niam esesa na ebe kakra education no be esesa ye ma ye nchre Ghana for ye educate om no mu ho omo so mfaso as Ghanaians especially and she say na a friend constitution na aba no ye hwe ne breaking it down nkyere ne ente ye wanse se tie wanse ne ye di on ho di na sa odo no wo ho no ma ama ye ko vote a ye bedwin ho se hwan na ye vote nipa ben kra na ye vote ama no o ye hwan na mfaso ben ne ye nya as Ghanaian sa resources ne sa anima den ne ye nya as mfaso se nsem na doso je ka se ye kan ye ntimi kan ni nyina nsisi ye beko na yakotie ye KSM nsem na or the buy our bed discuss na yes so ya chere ya drink akra because the same on 7 no kan no an ye ka ho asem no yeguso de niam tutu akwam the youth ni bi ba e the same education ba abechro mo constitutions ne sorry niam ekoso a say you pay attention for intrimba no our mobile ndi yenko tie nu abema KSM na bibi kakra ye wo for can found ye be can fa ho bibi a ye nu abema KSM obi anya mishra em say enche ye nim say ye share video we na ekwa obeti enka na yeso ya ba ni abekire ya adwin kakra nti yenko tie nu abema KSM sisi a yes what's in it you show no talk show tell the truth and let the chips fall where they may. Or say ni show no talk show and tell the truth and let the chips fall where they may. The show no. Nti yenko tie no.
We're back on Talk Shop, and I told you today this. Hey, Ghana for Subi, they can Ghana for home. Look, let me tell you something, folks. ABM, you're good at. We always criticize our politicians, we criticize our leaders, we criticize our one. We always judge them. We sit back, we judge our leaders, we judge our politicians, we judge everybody. But what we all forget is that Omina you can't afford. Let me tell you something, you know.
Don't want some can. Ya can't. Nipa bebre sisi out from so ni ombekasa. Omuso mabre, omuhu di omobeka biom. Ohwe recently doom so na ye kan wasem na. Do so na ye on and on. Akoso ama. Sisi ye hu di oye bet. Ubusa me per se a doom for starting free 90s are manifi no. My bet I realize say microphone tie ni ye no mo tie ni yo. Sa doom so wasem no. So nipa betwe o madwan ba so a do so asem na ye mani bresem e kan do so no so obehwe pa atwa adwan si so a e ade a any time election time obeso no sana doom so call bet say free wa na light jina so a ebe kokra 1 or 2 pa na asaba nti se ma trans nipa bia o ye gane trans dwum se den na election time ko na light no eye pasana we sisi na we kase me ma dwen de me hunu se eye selfish interest ebe duru sa na time no ya so a the opposition ase o ma sheda na o mo yes adem because I didn't in election times biana sa na ma we start hard nti it's about time I say educations na ye de mema ye twumkwala na o mo ba na social ye schools enema ye chrom no 90s no na ye kire much enema bibra ba ya ye ho ene odo a say ye nya ma Ghana as Ghana nti na ebuade na ebu on ye wodo ma Ghana pa ba sisi a enema be dane asesa ma wo kan wonti minka ye nkotie KSM ye da so tie no ye nhwe.
Every time I will say something like Ghana, there are too many hypocrites. I will say that. Ghana, there hypocrites no Dawson. Blah, 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 blah. Ghana for the in time. Ghana for the essay. Ghana for impejuma. Ghana for we do this. Ghana for we do that. I will level, or we will level all kinds of criticisms.
Obviously, I know I can say yes, Ghana for impejuma. Ghana one catch was a Ghana for impejuma. A juma ne bi ni ho no wanya biaye wonnim obi e wo Ghana hardly so be nya juma ye nyina ye nim e be duru some years back the grofo ma mempenfo ne o ma de dance ye ma o ma juma ene mema o mo call situations ne nyina ba out wonnim obi a wonya juma te ye ka se Ghana for impejuma na ye ka se Ama Ghana radio ye di show aba ye nyina ye Ghana for ye starti bia starti bi e penjuma ni enya ya starti ye adwuma bie ye ndwuma ye bie ndwuma na akokoso nti na se me di team na enkrofo na me ni omo sisuru na omo focus na enye easy enne mfaso omo nya free so at the same time sa talent show na ye kan culture center na be kan national theater ya bo rokotodin ya bo maame dokuno din e refi se ye be bo David Donto ye bo onu so ye be bo David so kan ho omo nyina ne oma bonjuma wo hwe those days talent kiss ne sa man talent eni nchirima na ejichichirukro nti se ya ntimu ya so mfaso na yenyina e focus o foreign de ekoso na na Ama Ghana ne yaka echi no nti Ghana ni bia anye lazy system ni nye place as empenyfo no hwemo randomly omo an omo hwemo omo sa nti ne ye che se education na niam be sesa ne ya che niam no se na be ya niam nkrofo beti niam ase ne ye se Ghana ni then I onya as a Ghanaians because when I KSM can politicians no so ye ho say wa na meme ne wo ne vote mo mo ko ye nko ni nko tie no
against Ghana for, and maybe rightly so, but you know something that we are all missing. Every time we're criticizing Ghanaians, every time that we talk about something happened with Ghanaians that we don't like, we forget one thing. Let me repeat that again. Say, the Ghana for cheap, right? We talk about Ghana for to say, you need time, you see. Think about every negative thing you can think of in Ghana. We say it here. I do, at least. I'm bold enough to say, you criticize Ghana for, because if you say, whatever you say, we say it. But I'm saying today that something very, very important that we all forget. You know?
I can't wait so this asem beto sa asem na ye asem hia pa na abeso nka no ye papa kwaku simtim misa me pa cho fa tu dwama ye na ye de bibre se sisi a odi abase Ghana for ye gullible na gullible no o ka no o se nipa obi ye gullible a ye nhwe pepa no mo o se gullible no ye is nipa o ye easily to deceive or trick and too willing to believe everything that other people say. Asem no okano, o se gullible no okano. Obi a o ye easy say obe dada no. Obe dada no, wachire na adwen. Na etisi a no agi bibia di. Na ne refi di atwam no. Maybe me repeat bi mo say easily gullible easily deceive or trick. Obe dada no sisi a obe dada na atwe na adwen sisi a. And too willing to believe everything that other people say. Sisi a na ne refi. Sisi a no agye de obi kan di. Sisi a too willing to believe everything that others say. Sisi a no agye de nkrofo kan no edi. Nti yenko ni ngo tie Ghana Mr. Sintima Misa asema akwaku Sintima Misa asema na awoka no. Yampa because niema bebre abobo aba yemfa se circular eja to emre bi atwam koyi. Nipa prepare menka Ghana for yaw ni pay pray ni pa omuka baby. Sisi a ye can't word climate change na aba no. Then ye fa ho. Ye nye hwe emfa ho. Ye ni flood na ekoso ni niema bebre ekoso a ye nye hwe emfa ho. Nti na America no say ye 90s ni ba ye hu niema kakra. Nti KSM ye kwaku Sintima Misa ye da wase bebre say Ghana radio ayesi o New York City ye guso a ye de konaze sa the same program ye de ba no so de ba ye da wase e say ye dan a ye no be share discuss kakra ye nkoni enkotie.
Know what it is? Let me tell you. The politicians, the leaders, the assemblymen, the ministers, all of them, they didn't come from Mars. Oh. They didn't come from Jupiter. They have all come out from us. Ye Ghana for now.
Ko asema o kan. Omu nyina na omu mfiri asoro ne bayo. Omu mfiri asoro free baby omu yete se me ne wa. Yen a na yeto aba no mo. Yen a na yeto aba no mo na ye kan se Ghanaian what trans ya adwen ho se mfaso be na onya as Ghanani. Ghanani mfaso be na onya na denti na oto aba. Denti na osoro ko to aba. Unim. And then me 3 days ago, me nua bi kasa. Ye kasa no so ni na damfo bi ka. Nipa nse so obi be man 20 Ghana, 20 cedis obeto aba man. Aden a omu hu onyim de onya free Ghana so nti say sa time no, sa 4 years no say sa we na obi be man sa 20 no ono so ne mfa so a onya no. Pon kan hu say eye ade kese a ebe se ono an brabo ebe se nchi mba ne omo ba. Education ni ho. Ye kai yerara ya sasini ya body do my moja na nanum hwegu jarento o my edrumi ne won so say ye be bi eto aso sa time no do ho pa o no do ho o mani be ya efiruwara o mani be ya efiruwara o brafo so de bai nyantiti e pa ye Ghana me ya nu ye nu anka o e bia na aka echi o bo ye nye die betimi bia ye mfa mbo a ye man yo no be so bonyum o say Ghana o man anyame ehirae Ghana mo anyame ehirae ye wo gold ye wo dwe ye wo we nkofo that road first now ye wo do pa o wa de to for ma obekọ aba na do ana omo de obi beto ama area baby ana store we so de beja obi so ade obi beje na obi de akoja no ne odo wo ho besisi yesi ani biaba afi na ama eniema kura se mo ana obi bia nde mo a obeja ade a wo no ekwa akofo obi de no na afi de wayera yenko ni enkotie kwaku Sintima Misa.
We are producing the same people. So if you're saying that Ghanaians are lazy, Ghanaians are this, Ghanaians are that, Ghanaians are that, that includes all the politicians and the leaders and everybody. You know, account. Okay? So if the scorecard of Ghanaians is that say you're lazy, if that is a scorecard, is that say Ghana for the impediment. If that is a scorecard, Ghana for the niha. Can afford the impenocre. Folks, I'm saying if that is the scorecard, then what we have to realize is that our president, our ministers, our parliamentarians, our whatever, they are coming from the same Ghanaians. Much I say. So if we are saying that Ghanaians are natural and all the negative things we can think, then we have to realize that out of all the negative things that we are saying, and then we are voting for the minister.
Asem na no kan. Nsem ade bia ye tietiem ye dream ke ye tietiem ye dream ka ye tritiem no. At the end of the day, yan yes are produce sa ankrofo no. ya o enye obi free baby ya na esa produce microphone ene ba mu anam ha esa aso musicians ensa na omo sa na ohurufuri na osa wa ha ma hu se mama so nam village to village microphone trans edidi busa hu se denti yeni mo denti na omo yesa de no omo koduru ya na de kumine kra na de bia me pese yen discuss mo no ye kumine se sisi ana tam ne be so no ombe na mo no ye be kan ye krum kasa ombe kan bibia checho mo bet omo diwia na afi de brofo akese ne sa na mo nye ye ka be de na yate say issue bi o say ye mbo aye so fi as man because mo koduru a mo na ombe kasa kire na ma hwe niam ye ya enya mo be cheche ma breaking it down yi nkrofo mo be ko aboa the social is flood na ekosro round no saa ye wo mo we si dan a be baba be check say aha reason kwa si da aha kwan we ye ne sen ana afi so kwan na ye no say yearly minimum say aha yearly no mo check kwan bia o be check no ma ye o mo ye o mtimi ma o timi na I don't know how many inches do etimi ko o mo tu form ye ni ye na wa wanye ni ye no kwa say etimi chu ba kwan no ye be duru ho na na adwu kwan no so o mo dwu kwan so no mo de gavus na begu ono no mo de sa quota na gusu no ma wi nje ya ye nim ye ho no especially omo practicals ya assurance no adwuma no omo ye plumbing ni sa anime especially sa road construction ni sa anime mo hu bi nsa de ne nya se obi abeye kwan no onya oye no right away na ese mu nyina mo sorry en kan se kwan away ya oye de se ni se na aye no se mo ntimi nya se certain point a ese mu njai ko ntimi tam on beso no abesa no tie anyway graphics they go just like that now ko enye nti yesi ye kasa ye befa ye papa ana ye nua be ma kwakusi ntima misa program na fa yenko tie no
Anymore, now you're voting for the president. Anymore, now you're voting. So basically, I'm saying that our presidents, our politicians, and everything have come out of the same thing that we are talking against. They haven't come from Jupiter. They haven't come from us. So unless as citizens, as individuals, if we say we have a higher standard for the leaders who should come in, then we should really think about who we are voting to come in. If not, then we are voting one of the same Nyachon people to come in, one of the same Kofa and Kanokra to come in, one of the same criticisms of whatever we level against us as Ghanaians. No, we are voting for one to come in. So once they come in, why do you expect anything different?
No can so go to masa any pana dey bill na us expect the same thing. Mi wan unya hu osomfaso unya hu ye say ayete say obi a okofro ka o te say yenko no ahuru atenam woni be bi awoko yenko no ahuru atenam yenko no ahuru atenam asem no asem ni nyina no oka no enye sa na esese enye oman na ye kan wan so oman ye kan no so oman na ye kan wan so ma esi ni ma boa ye na ye mene wo na ye nua be ma e kan no mene wa nti ye ni mi ye ho nti na de ekoso on and on na eda so ekoso no
Tell me. And that's what you shock. See. Who is saying Ghana for chair, and you voted for one of such people to come into power? Why do you think they will be different? Yeah, there are some differences. There are some that stand for what they want to stand for. There are some that are truthful about what they want to be. There are some that you can rely on for what they want to be. But only the So we as people,
and was stating clearly or say and yet the same na ye kan nyina sometime no obi be fan wrongly nipa nyina anyepe say insan ya yehwe insan nyina sa na anyepe we wa bia ne de oye we nti ye wa baby ya busa nkate baako na say nkate ni nyina nkate baako timi say nkate pim ene ye kan but ye kan education nchire no na yesi yemfa nkomo especially ya tisi ye school no kra de tisi ya yesi ye school no yemfa aba ammo akwala tisi ya yesi mra aba na yemfa aba ammo nkwala ubeja na ma oye de SS wonye sana ya titi eno so ye bekom deep ni akohwe
should vote and vote wisely for the person.
Some you can't no. Be 3 months ago you can't no. You say who are you voting for and why? 2024, who are you voting for and why? What na say abusa ho say mfa so be na onya free Ghana so as Ghana ni asem ni nyina no na me say me da nyame ase ana ye da nyame ase say sisi a miss every year bia ana every day you say we ase discover ade baako no say obi di AI ba sisi a gin nsem a AI what the show a any bibi e friend chat GTP. So Ghana for me say your software oncrophobic brain be na education in niam na nko obi timi wo software young guy bi a wa discover software or Ghana o person on to man bi na abrofo igusu aye kan store no na ye di message ko say ye pese ni IGP nkasa na nko on fa software no embe kan omo programs no ma bie na online cameras ni online program no so the best support for platform ama message na simi akono sa niam na ye kan e bia no small boy bi so discover atime build the software ono so say nso better flood ni sa na be alert o no so yegusu a discuss say sa microphone na ye nchiri mano eno an ye dey start free your chrome nti na be fa Jerry ba ye no grofo say Jerry nya so ne Jerry din na yebo e be dru ba bi Jerry hu say abro na nti ase so na ode ani edin je operating feed yourself oye garden oye fia no aye garden kakra nti say obia timi ye garden kakra twu on attention ko so a ebede na obia timi abeton tomatoes menu ama 10 Ghana yenko tie Mr. Sinti
That we think can at least on to say now at least on your or the back only different only what I say or that person can do that, but I'm saying once we ignore all of that, once we give the general description of what the Ghanaian is, we should also understand that whoever we are voting is one of those Ghanaians that we always talk about. So if you make them the president or the vice or the whatever, he isn't any different. You have taken him from the same stock. So if you want a difference there, think very, very carefully.
Well, because this will be more so per se changes are dream about what na say adwin ho. Yes, and baby we are going to mean sure. Because message we are can the same thing 3 months ago or so. You be can say my video account. Sisi a Ghana na akwa yet say who kasa no an ye na wajimi ana wajimi wan na wan ni na wo de he woni mi no aye ne nipa na maame na papa obi anti o. But with time no na when the trance e dadwen won say dru ba bi na yesesa mo track ma any bicycle no ne ma ye be sa pam nkrofo de o ma de amomo na e boboba na yesisu biom guru the bibi o bia nyame show ne Kimpaluta ne other musicians amentimi bomudi mi show YouTube am say wo baby papa bebre wo mo person from Ghana na say mun ko gina ma politician which is ade obi aka first me kura me kan bi say me so me time ni me sika like hu say scanner okoje no is it idea even though your craft why oji hu sika all right, but people are dying, people are crying, people baby ni krofo nya baby nda krofo su krofo enya baby nda krofo hu hihye omo na wakwa akoje scan wakaoji say scan nsa so ben dey see the audio no na wotwa mfa so ben na uja ma achirimba message ben na uja ma achirimba meanwhile obia nim say e won sem bebra impenny for essential by me abeka wa beka on e no na ama nem aye west aye bre nyina aye pensis aye nti say na epa we eduru ba bia anya MPP ni NDC o bia wi ase kono eduru ba bia anya sa politics na e wo hono so nipa we aka asem wa twantro Kennedy a osane ne ko gina the same platforms no wo kan sem ye me metimi a kiremu a kire kwan MPP for odidi aba meti oba mi a obek trans say oye deben accounting ne sa ne man sem obeka nyina amba then ne so on sa ne ko ye baako no ko kan because MPP ni NDC yen kan ne o mu nyina bi boy adwuma but MPP o ma feli o man no o ma feli ni ma bebre o mo kan o ma ntimi anye nipa eduru baabi a so onka no kure nipa eduru baabi a so onka kure mo antimi anya niema mo ye nti na sisi ya no say sometimes you enjoy because say yesu uchasa unu ze wachiachia o so wo dina ho ka je yesi so hu so obi abodu say hia no asansu asiodi eso wo dina ho o ye ade we e de tia obi say o ye ama no but the one dey one e be ba effective nti yenkoti.
What proves that they are not from the same stock? Do they have a track record? Do they have things that they are saying? Are things that you know about them that shows that when they come there, they are coming from a different stock. They're going to manifest something different. If not, then let's forget it. That's why I said, Charlie, yeah, so come home. You know something about Ghanaians? Let me say it now. Ghanaians love to hear things. We Ghanaians love promises. And when we love the promises, the politicians also know that these people that I want their votes, the best way I can get to them is to make promises.
Asem no because they bia on be ba be twantro nipa we abeka nsem a abeka say me be say ama wa anyo sa nipa na sa e ka the same thing na be hu yen crofo ne say budget so men share 200 cedi 500 cedi no dey mouse si ano nti na ye ka say education church na ye say enkoso na crofo nti as ye say Ghanaian mfaso ben na wonya free Ghana as Ghana ni. Say it me my education in month so be na wonya share we all the resources down on me church mu say sa road to na omu judge no smartness ni empen for ni na because all share even tema road nko yes say year sa to scan nko na ye dey share betima ade aye kwan as even factory every year nto mo yes smart no mo close na which is almost on person mo sa mbi sa to so no dey yen hwe tema nko yen father part ni nka ho. See, sha other resources in Nambayo, mango, gold, Nessa, Niamano. Yen fan in Anka. Near Busia won't say all these resources now a war Ghana, dear Hina Ghana for dear. Benefits when you didn't solve issues, especially our education system, free education, all these things now you can. In fact, so be near also. Until I stress, you say, Bibia by time, take time, a kakra. But this time around, baby, I can't con and paying for no so I saw Muntie youth now. Or Muntie youth no education also bloggers no. You must have bloggers in the baby boy, Muntie near Sheha and Yamasi Beko.
Do the promises make sense? Are the promises annoying? Are the promises ridiculous? Whether they are annoying, whether they are ridiculous, whether they don't make sense, what the Ghanaian is waiting for, promise me. Just once again, let me digress once again. That's the same attitude that we take to our churches. And most of the most profitable.
Hey, same way now, Mr. Kwaku Sinti Misa, the Beban, a bass answer na. I sorry, some na ye can't be ye can't, na koye, same be brainy so ye bonsam. So I'm sorry, some na ye can. Politicians, any pastors, or more bako. Politicians, any pastors, or more bako. No craning no because so also ye nyame adwuma nyame also oboy sending sexual. Na so wa nya mom no wa nya mami. Nti se wo sisa nkrofo ko bu asori dem na se un educate o mo aba o mo life ni kro no mo tim ha be fa so progress aboa ye ho na wo kire no se o nya mfaso bia wa ha nyame se o nya mfaso bia wa asase na wo so na mfaso o wo nyina se won pre ho se obekosoro na de na o kire chirimba enti na ebeduru baby Kennedy ba so obe expose mu aka no crash o ma obeka na ya betan o nukure ni nyina no saa nya misemu ama nkrofo aduomo agege nkrofo ase nkrofo aware ase nkrofo aware ene nkrofo njuma ene niema bebre ama nkobi mu relationship ni omo maame mu ni omo papa mu nyina aye basa nkrofo ye educations no that is Abraham kan Econaba TV baby a obi anya minshira Abraham kan maami Grace kan kantanka mu nyina e so still the education na say encourse more because sorry no a downfall of Ghana because you say sorry and a boama a wiase koswa muntie ni yo say sorry na boama a wiase koswa as asitena musical say wiase o man ekonanima for Ghana sisi a upie free baby out here environment unante 1 2 3 blocks a obehu sorry 1 2 3 blocks a obehu sorry obehu mocks obehu sorry obehu cramofloor dan obehu mocks school dem nyina ayema ama park susu nyina ayema ye bompa ya no pa nwumra awia to still ye ne ho kire ye most me repeat ye mo unante every few blocks a sorry atwa ye ho ahia park susu nyina ayema school dem nyina so ayema nso ademo de ye ne yesa breche obi a owiase ene ye nka no kura ne ntro nti all these churches na atwa ho ahia ne nwura mu nyina ayema no denti na oya na yesa bre nti se nyame na yesi ye somo no na ye boss empire nti wontie ne nyina is it right empire bo ne ye bo na say wrong empire bo ne ye bo ademo de dey sa nyame no so nyame ba ko just nyame ba ko ne ho nsem ne nema wesi we ne de wesi ne de we china obi force obi be force gidigidi eno nti kura ne ye kasa ase nkrofo nyina aware ase nkrofo ebi mu mpese o mo be apo mo maame apo mo papa apo mo mba because ade we nti osofu bi anaka se mahu we o oba we hu mahu we o oba we hu mahu we nti omo na omasesa ngrofo agudu amti na politician ne pastor omo ye baako na omo educate omo to know most important thing is we ba se e be somo ye ho nyame no obo ye say so dey aba osese wanya ama omo no wanya ama me nti education na so omo so memo so education no am bie adwum na ye ne politician na boy ye ne ye de nema tutu ya solve issues no omo mom e de wadwun akɔhye soro sa issue we issue kese a ama Ghana call down nti na be hu every year ask myself say busa say dey na politicians na sa come ho bim because so omunko na omunko ya discussion na omun members na sa anto abamom so obeka ya hinu aka tisma be bibia obi anyame shira but tama MPP 4 years o music cathedral no kam she swat cement e de koye so o ma ya ade kura ye woma adwuma nimu ye bre asori na atwa ye hu hia bebre na meka ye no every few blocks mosque school dem park so nura mu nyina ye ma say ke mbie adwuma no ye se ye sa ko bie cathedral e ma cathedral swa cement ko ye e da na do ase e ma e chiri ono asa be ka say wa nunu hu so asomant sa ko ye to be ka so wa nunu hu so e chiri no ono asa nam churches na nsia sa anam ka but me blame no baby bia obi anyame shira je say okwa deep a we ba take after sumata say obi ye na ade no anko deep a won ten say because nchirim ye na ye Ghanaians no o ko amomo kra na munye hu omo so mfa so omo as Ghanaians nti se wa anhwe ya o kra na ho abekiro ana adwuma na o professional na e koma abedeo nti sometime bloggers no more Ghana no so ko deeper na abeba beti ase wo na obese o kan okra bo omo na okrofo no kra no omo nim omo so mfa so omo nim omo so right ni sa anima no nti sometime no so wo kasa wo social media ye nyina ye nim se nye nsem nyina na ye kan ye be ankasa ya mo fa nche ye bet unya nkoduru a won te ase ye nko ni nko so ntie kwa kusinti mu amisa
Profitable pastors that are making the most money are those who can promise you with prophecies and the dream they had about how great things are going to be for you if you choose their line. And only
a seven walk on omo be da ni come share ni prophecies and walk any uko kan yesi hey meanwhile no sometimes boys will be sorry no so of street people don't get it. Sometime no nyame so di no o di David mo ko hwe we ye sheep we chief fish we ye ensano adwuma ne sanem so obi kokwan ho no ko brebebra experiences na wo nya no ne brain na wo konya o sa streets no mo kan no experience o be nya no eno na ma sometimes no kasa obi ne nti ase based on so hwe Bible no ka say papa bi tena ase no o ma mienu na ba ko sorry one day say papa me che ye japade na pese famfo de mame na me pese me nko na me nko bo me bra me ntimi ntwe pese me nko na me nko bo me bra o force ni papa na ni papa no e di japade ni de ni man no o di man no akra ni ko e ko diska no ko ye ne basa achi o ko ya akwa sumo bi papa no so ni de o di ne ba no ne ka afie no oni ne ba ne ka afie ne ba no ne ka afie no so no sa ne ba no ene gina ye ehwe ne papa ne ma hwe bibia kama so still story no wuti a papa no na adwen wo ne ba na okwa abontene mo no but later na de oni no fie boa solve ne papa issue boa ma adwuma ne bibia ekoso na de okọ runs ko ye basa na oba ne de o fie no be realize no ase ne papa sa adwen de okọ oja ne papa na wa mboa ne papa wa ntena ne papa no ne papa adwen ho mo ase ne papa do ne mo. Why? So experiences now experiences or bremo experience now be strong ukoma utimi be gina e solve profo e saving profo from a lot until so be can streeter sometimes akola ne sa ba papa ne sa di njuma ne niema nyina che ne sa because experience no o yaw ne niema na o fom no obe make sure say o ma obi bia o around no enkom the story e be change sa na de bia ye kan na asem na ye nyina ye kan so obi kasa santa amontenase even though onye obi a na kwa otimi survive but mo mutimi gina no aya no mo no na sebi na minsa wo mo so mo nti most of the suffer for now sometimes excuse me say we use words say omo ye gangsters omo experiences oti obi a story how e be started any how omo started na nti o kasa na ohunu asem na o kan end na e no nche se nyame kasa kire no yen koso ni enkoti
but promises, you know, some of the churches that are not making promises, they're losing their members.
Asem no na o kan wa ha no asori no ko na se nipa pe promises so sha Ghana o kan no antwa ntora obi amba wa asori oko no antwa obi amba ho obi ha pe so onti nsem huhu asem we huhu hati no so nyesa nipa ye bo say de sesuo o so boy ye say ne sesuo ye wo ha ma ye hu aje ombro nipa o erade mi dawsi wa ye ho nipa o manya adwuma nipa nti life networkings ana ewo ya brabum
that's me by one jam come. You didn't prophesy for me. You didn't lie to me. So let me find a church that will make me promises. In other words, come for me to lie to you. This one is my opinion. No? So this one, I know. I'm not speaking facts. I'm talking purely about my opinion. So you can disagree with me. It's okay. But we've...
Sometimes somewhere bar and you're so sensitive. Better because of asem I did the panitrimu more nipane de na adwen ama nipano because nipa bia so be control our fa obi bia de obeka na no na oti mia nkasa me de me ho be example misi so no me father yewe me mama ye Muslim nti at a certain point no na say me free me call Roman me call Methodist me call Jehovah Witness nti uhwe ni na experiences na ubenya free ho na ansa na me de betu kwan a me sa be kwa sorry biem esa be di Muslim echi esa be call lighter call as you see on my Kodesh esa be di Jewish echi for 4 years ba kan ni na boma we ba be ti ase say the we are ye niema ofie na enye saa na niema sitie enye saa na etie kra o enye saa na etie
follow the pastors or the so-called men of God that will lie to us. They want to tell us things that they know we want to hear. That's the same approach that we make in politics. So we listen to the politicians and we adore the politicians who will tell us what we want to hear. Oh my God, saying, and I said anything. And then I was sorty. Was what is say. Oh, that's no problem. I will tell you.
Sa mensa otable. Yeah, papa mensa otable. E be drum maybe on one be a platform and now sorry demo. Or you use always we man, now sorry, or say stupid born again Christians who are believers, who are not thinkers. Who are believers, so who are not thinkers. Can only your more because we say too much as a message no the more no or the more to bore more bet or more believe or more thinking around it and fan bomb. Diana oh can sad very sad.
I will tell you, and once I tell you, also because I know that the opposite channel may catch you and is a sin for what when I tell you vote for me, me what? And that's how we vote. Because the politicians will make certain promises that you and I know will never happen. But okay, we're promising. We take that to church, and I'm telling you today, one of the fundamental problems that we have in the church today is that the more you can promise, the more flows you get.
The more promises are obeying, the more nipa be dudua ebeba. The more asema obe kan the day that count to nipa ni trimu, and ebe mo aba. Asem ni nyina no. Nti se say na etia, ezi eye papa, ana say eye boni. Ghana for ebusa o eye papa, ana say eye boni.
Okay. Some because Ghana for yes you can be. Yeah, can be. Marafo. Everything we do is based on what has been promised. And the last thing we want to do in our life, any empathy, I say, they are quite and oh, forget about that. That is not important. He's made the promise, or she has made the promise. Let me vote for them. Is it possible? Oh no. Opa. And possible once he has opened his mouth to say it, it means it can't be done. I'll vote for them. So let us get into this whole new era of thinking, people. That we are going to listen to the politicians, become aware that these politicians, once upon a time, they have come from the same stock that you are from. They haven't come from Jupiter, they haven't come from Mars. They have come from the same stock that you are from. So please, if you know that the stock that you are from is a stock of people who if that is the stock that you know you have come from, then be very careful. Because chances are whoever is praying for you now, so your assemblyman is coming from the same stock. It's coming from the same stock. In fact, all I'm saying is this. Let us all together start understanding that we are not doing things exactly the right way. And so chances are that if you vote for people to come and lead you, they're the same as you are. Also,
asem no okan se wa na akogina ho de won sa kokromoti we e to abani nimpa na sa na osoti because at akoye to say Ghana sisi aye kan so you obi even say Ghana card ya be and also okoye bibi ke bia kakra o Ghana na sa okọ even microphone no moti o even say Ghana card okope Ghana card or now driving license okọ na wa amfro obi a man bibia instead of say you be join say bia okoye nipa 5 6 na wo na obe join no yeah Ghana for na e matip na nipa na omo online so na omo mu niska na omo betimi amatip no ye be yi wafrum ni akohwe nipa no pepepepe no okọ ya ye kan ho na ye masa problem wokɔ na wanko maska wobɛkɔ na line nipa di line by the omo eska na ebe frɛ no na ɔkɔ na eja o kasa ama wan hwan na bitie obia nti o ya ni yae ama Ghana ekɔso na yen ya obia nka me ne wo yen ya nti very 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 sad o ka no akaka ne say nti na yesi education church no sisi ano enim say platforms no because of abana amboa our more support even in juma na aban first na yeti say obi bia juma obi wie JS na yedi group of people we be kwa group of people we mama we the carpenter yedi we be ma hairdresser yedi be na afi abana support ebo abai sisi ana say omo ye kura na ye koma omo families anyway sahade na eni ho sahade ni nyina wo ho ye hu say ensa no adwuma ne talent and ye de boa mo oman ekoso a oman no ka ye mpenifo be focus more that was any man no titine na wo ho ne ye won crofo mo check even food prices say milo no is on ton this price uko raise ye man crofo ba ye be sisa won ye man nyina the charges are to so ye papa wo chinoko o ye show bi a o de ye papa bi to so ni dinu na me refi kakra papa no be kan say those days no na aban na ono no ye in charge of sanima no mo cost so o she mo amode prices ato mo nema so yesesa mo nema etu store mo de ebo etwa mo bo ma mo ene obi atu na ade mu anyhow because an hihye na e wo titini sisi eni ho biem nti ye ya nkasa ye ho atamfo nti na ama o ma na ebre no because hihye bia eni ho obi ambo obi anti obi ade na pe ade a ope because Mr. Wahab ebe kan asem Wahab ono so wadi akutini a oye diplomatic spokesperson also be kan say o hwe even Ghana njuma abie ni most omo matutu kwan any individuals Ghanaians na no mabie njuma no aban adwuma yesa aban ne nye no omo individuals na asa ayama aban no nti ye kan no say Ama Ghana radio ya fa to ye ho so ye ho say ye nua ye papa kwaku sintim misa so de ba no ye me de bebre bet semre bi ba na say ye je mu konko ani bicycle ani mu ye to aba na say emre bi asa aba ne ye to mo ma ye nka hu say sa musician na so na o ma sa ko gina guru ni kempaluta na so o ma gi sa ska emre bi beba obi anje cause the udua no eno ana wotwa unko udi sika bi na obi ho chi na obi hia na sa na obenya esunsu sa so yenu ana mo fanche because ni nyina life lessons kimpaluta any guru licenses ye nyina yesua besa nipa ya ma yenu ana no ye chimi embre nkrofo obre na so obekwa kodi na chi aye kwa na ase ye bai
Medadao on the card your person wote. It's not whether or not they can do it or not, it's whether you can believe it or not. And you vote. So Charlie, this program, I think as we get closer and closer to the election, more and more politicians will not be happy with this program. Because the only thing I'm going to do is to alert all of you out there that number one, yes, we should look at it twice. And number two, the people that we are voting for, what is the choice we are making? Very, 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 very important. And going forward, this is going to be one of the things that we have to focus on. Charlie, if you look at Ghana now, and you all know, things are quite deplorable. You know, don't allow anybody to come and confuse you with figures. Is it really GDP? GDP, is it really say? I am telling you, you as a person sitting down there, what do you feel in this economy? Are things working for you? Are things not? Can it be better? And how can it be better? How can it be better? These are the things that we should be worried about. These are things that we should be concerned about. One time somebody asked me this question. Is a very, very, very important question. Sir,
you see, Miss Red for Moshe, and yes, me pekasa biblia and I mean Germanica. Sometimes so your program na say bibi ba no anka na so ru akofi. Sa asemo a wokan. Nipa bia wo se onim say asemo obekan politicians o mbetan ne o mubefu no. Bet obeka. Se bibi ekoso na o sorry government institutions every will be sorry. A friend teacher kwadwo na teacher kwadwo. Amania teachers from any nurses. Teachers from any nurses. Amania omu from no nya amane ketua. Abranti ye sorry. All who say baby I posting ko nipa bre omontare omu boost ni omu bre o sorry so obo mo kasa ye yi nadi poto modern sem ba ma omu di echi ni nyina ankosi aga. Nti wo de yemfa ne say nti opposition yemfa say MPP and NDC na wo so ana abranti ye di message wa ko na all bre all kano kra ye hu ade na opposition yen sorry emba sa time no say bia NDC na wo so na MPP ya MPP be sorry akota echi mi hu so omo boa no mo educate amana ba no mo di ama media na omo media sin nyina na omo share especially media na organ adoso because of abrofo omo sua ade bebre omo de niam atujo obi atimi sorry a yetimi kasa bia mi kasa bi no mo di ama na educate because in the near or GTV or be TV3 sisi ani nyina hu ha esiko say or say or be of basis first ni education free so unya news biba na ba de ko all across villages ni nyina that sisi ano as a no credit and identity sa ni mani nyina ntimi nyina nti very 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 important hu hia papa hu hia nti abrante ni yi na di o ye be say na ye hu baby o wande ti krono o yese o bebie ana sometimes o bebie nipa di no na be problem nti na make say so o hwe media na ekoso na sometimes o mukasa na o kiesa o kan bibia because o mu na kuta krono o mu na kuta institution e kombe deal media for bebre o e komo di omo kan e komo di omo nti wan twa ntro no anka wan di omo chi a unya hwe wa adwuma ye begu wa adwuma ye betage o akofa nsem titititi nipa bia boni pa on nipa bia wasisu bia you ups and down ne obehia anema bebre nti na ema nipa otimi gina ebe strong no akofa wasem wa ntua we odi oba we dai na odi oba we yachi ana oba we yesi ana o yesi ne de wasem abeto opoto bet there na Ghana for any year can sometimes mentie nipa no basically na brabo mu sem then na o yesi is it helping or is it hurting asem no nyina ade na o ye no boa nipa na how ha mamu hwe obia woni nenso yeso wo kan yeso wo kan ahyawo ni ho asema susuka na ebi wo fie saa so ne yesi insifu eni salifu omu nyina yefu ndi asem ni nyina no ndi is about time and say ye kan Ghana for onye lazy be ne ye kan say awrefie na wo yetu so na education ni ncheche na enye mo no eno na high papa high nchirima na omuba na ene especially sisi aniama yekoso wa wiase no se yankan ho ankan ho ama education ni ncheche na ankomo a eniama be ye basa enkoyi kra the same go to politicians ni empanyfo no munkan ho se mrebi na mo de mo ne bicycle ni sika ko ne ye pusa aniama na ebedru baabi no ya nhwe ya enkoyi mamoa ebe ko moamo se ye se de atwisika no wo sika no a saa beni nyina so ye panyi na wadu mfie bi adu setting ye ja ote ase ye ade bi a o ye sometime onya ho susa so nsusu ye adwuma papa
you always come and talk. Who is listening? And it's a fact. They say always come and talk. What does it change? Kasa. Ghana is still the same Ghana. You care, Sam, if I remember, you've been talking long ago. You got on air at the time that JJ was president of the country. He was the head of state. Wakasa Kebashimene. God to say Kebashimene.
I had a very, very important as I'm not can. O start here, so a BBS or boss or to you, so o start here, your best row, one cast out my papa, on best row now, oh, yeah, then will be in few now, cast then, oh, yeah, there will be in few, and I won't quite wine, I'll bet me as Ghana. And I all can say, Nipa Baku, pet crab, bet me a tea na Sisana. A year chance, a Nipa Nina. Because Nipa has a competition, am I own, a own me our sister. What if you? Na de bia baako ni ade papa won ho a hwe a time be wo ho nti se kan na hwe yes nipa a time ni ho na nipa ni mbro no ase bibi papa ni ho saa na ye kan asem nti sometime no ade bia nipa bia wo hwe mo bibia wo hwe me no na wo tie KSM a yeso ye be kan asem ni bi no ade bia wo be so nya na edin nkrofo mo won nchen na ye most omubema ombetima mo akomo an omubese ba wa mo anya din amfo so ade ho ade e so o meye o life no ntimi ne yenum nim na ye start ni e wa ade e betimi aye bet kasa obi kasa information kasa na ye kana eno na ye nshira eno an esa ye I say ade blessing. These are words that we are using, the amount that we use to say things. It's the same words that's going to bless you, it's the same words that's going to destroy you. Same thing, no. Especially and now more around you. It can be your brother, your sister, your friend, it can be your mother, your siblings, wherever you are, wherever you working, wherever you are around, the people around you. It can be anybody around you. And I say, Obi ni around you, Obi and me free baby mbesel. Asem na ye kan ebeti ma ye obi oben o ebe your sister ebe onu ebe one o fa o uncle obi o wo nti nipa bia sa ade na wonim se wo ye no wonim se ade we ebe boa wa so on focus enim se din o ye mo edin ba o focus you are the one a day you be draw on.
What have you changed? What have you changed? And I tell them, Master, I am not looking to change Ghana. I'm not looking for single changes because no, I am not. I am very, very, very happy though when I meet only one person come and tell me, hey KSM, I listened to this show you did, say, and that's when I started thinking like this. I'm like, oh really? Oh KSM, do you know I was in secondary school when you were doing your program called Moving On Up? You were the one that made me choose to go and do so and so and so. The other time I met a medical doctor at Ridge. I won't mention his name. Say, KSM, I have to thank you. I was looking for you. I was always looking for you to thank me. Because your show that you did on so and so and so, that is what made me decide to become a doctor. He's now practicing at Ridge. What am I saying? Me, the Mekasao, I don't know who is listening, I don't know who's affecting, and I don't care. All I'm saying is this. By the words that I'm putting out there, I'm sowing certain seeds.
Oh, asem na o kan obi a on ti ase o se asem na o kan on fa ho ni wa wutie ene wa wuntie he don't care wa hwe ya be fa no wrongly be nipa bia no na me boy se ne se so we say wuntimi ndwen wonye critical thinker wuntimi ndwen wodwen nipa bia abone wo ye nyina ya abonefo nipa bia abone wo nti ye se de all training sa hwe no on kan se adansa no sa e hwe no anu so nti so obi be gina ho all the time. I said some people come and tell you that yes say sa obi bia obeka cho say yes no dwane just nipa no just o nipa boni ni yes evidence ben now. They said. What evidence do you have about what they said? You always have to follow someone that said, I said. It's not they said. Always follow people that said, I said. When somebody stand in front and say, they said. Nipa no do ko bonimo, you are doomed. When someone said, I said, means that you have believe proof. He or she can prove to you. Yes, it's not about they said. In the America for brofu bi omoka. Say BBC incidentally, you say you can be in a right place at the wrong time, or you can be in the wrong place at the right time. I'm going to say it again. You can be in the right place at the wrong time, and you can be in the wrong place at the right time. Omo use our word because because on pe on one sem, but we could do baby a wo kwa ondwen ho na bibia kwesi na aba beto. Sanity. Nti nipa bia our words, the words we use all the time is blessing and curse at the same time. That's why you have to know whatever that you're saying. Is it fruitful or is it hurtful to people? Is it fruitful or is it hurtful to people? And whatever that you say, it goes around, comes around. And we are all messengers. We are all messengers. God didn't choose people special. So they have to come and save you. Everybody is chosen. Once your mom and your dad become pregnant or whatever, now you come to reality, to this earth. You are here to solve problems. You are didn't choose special. You can't special people. People who have talent in whatever that they good at. Oh, the best of it. Until unipa no na so ma wa adwen da ho a obeti asem no wasone so wayiyi mu no akọ de ebeboa because nipa bia no se o twam na ade bon a the way ultimately won hene te se bibi bon no sa na te se bi ba na enya so a obetimi.
In many people, and I have no idea the effects it's having on many people. So for those of you that were saying, I don't know. In our thoughts. But I'm saying individuals that I meet give me the impression that even though I'm like talking, and individuals give me the impression that at least 1, 2, 3 people have heard.
Kwaku Sintim, Misa, asem na wakano, areho, ya, besa sorry. You can't be trained, asem na wakano, play a bit my musicians, obi bia all started a dear, one man hono. Yetisa bebre, ase bebre susu amo mani da ama, o madu baby so mundu. Se o kan sa message we a. KSM, Mr. Titi would am you to say the wakano. Ye ni agi adwuma na awo hono wo de meka ma me matie wa chepa matie programs bebre wo bo adwuma no bo enne kasa na awo ka say hwan na eti o se nipa ba ko na ye Ama Ghana radio me followers ni nkrofo mu di machi ene me nkrofo me team ya te wonka na ye de say asem na awo ka no so ye start ya ye di ho nkomo dada because ya ba transi yeso ya transi ya hu say the course wo man mu no nyina no anya Ghana for so mo ye lazy educations no nkyerɛkyerɛ no na say enko nkyerɛkyerɛ no Ghana for en just o mo mpa bibia ye nkyerɛkyerɛ no ana whom you know no aye too much wonni mo bia wontimi nya hwee na wo hu say area ha wote ha light pole ana tukro kese da kwan ho say yen solve no why na obefre unni obi a obefre I say what to say boy nipa wu ansana ya twen to say yen car ho adenta barrier okwa overhead na asem no ka bo nkrofo abo nkwara ansana almost sorry so be overhead no specifically education in church na nkwa sometimes o fa phone kura hu nipa obefre o frɛ o nipa ko kan asem che omo nye follow up ye ntie ndina ye stress media na abani nyina no enu say aba sorry gusu check in ma ndina ye ne edi adnisi IGP so no na say ye ne bone so adwuma na obo no na nka obetie atia follow omo kasa na omo so omo message ni educative na omo obibi no ye be put omo together ni started dey aboa because omo nyina omo nyinye nche ombeko enchiri mano mfaso be na moja amaye mfaso ben ana moja ama nchirima no na se eye fe se Ghana ni be sorry wa sorry no adwane afiri ukrom so okọ obi krom akosum wa okuro ya so won som no wadwane afi krom so akosum because ni utwa wani wachi mhwe wachi a hwi ni ho obi no obeboa asem ni nyina no asem ni nyina Yesu frɛ no na ye dase se ke se wo kas obi nti o ye ti o pa ye ti o nti na Yesu afa o show na Yesu ye kyerɛ mu no e de ye show no beta ho ne akasa ye nim se with time no the way Yesu etimi ti o na ye wo abucha yetimi ti o no de bi ye organ yetimi ti o ye ti fu baby sa na obi so o baby o tie e be ka bom de sa ankyekye na akwa magana fo ama se esebi nipa mienu miensa kora na sa nipa mienu miensa nso be sebi hadwin bone ni nipa bone semunti nipa se a obo obi kura na osuru nipa nyo na de yane se nipa oben ono omo na omo se omo nti ama nipa papa bi a oye na nipa na di ubone nipa na oba no kura onye nipa papa no pese obebo nipa no yen kan hu se Ghana ni bi a wo hwe bi wherever that you are watching me from, I'm pleading and begging. It's hard to be a good person. It's really hard to be a good person. But still, don't stop the good that you are doing. Keep doing what you're doing. But all that I will say is stay away from bad people. Watch carefully. Observe, detect well before you do whatever that you want to do.
And it has influenced them. That's what I'm looking for. If all I'm saying, the back and forth, the Kasabibri, if everything I'm doing, at the end of the day, two people will say, Kesam, listen to what you were saying, it was making sense. And now I am thinking differently. I think my work is done. I don't have to change the whole Ghana. I don't have the power to change the whole Ghana. No, not at all. But what I have the power to do is to influence one.
Ebe says subium. KSM ekwaku sinti misa. Oni power. Already masisa Ghana nyina. Sana Yesu ama Ghana ye ni power. Yebe sisa Ghana nyina. But say yebetimi asesa nipa ba ku mienu a eboa papa ebeboa papa so yebetimi asesa nipa mienu miensa ebeboa nso obesesa nipa nyina untimi
2, 3 people at a time, even if it's one person at a time, and that person has a new perspective that he or she is going to start propagating. So let's start thinking about this. Let's start looking at things in a different way. My work has been done. And one time, bro, I'm not looking to change the whole Ghana. I can't change the whole Ghana. All the talk shows that you see, I don't want to mention their names. And I don't think they have the mindset they're going to do one show and after that the whole of Ghana will change. I don't have them. To say, Charlie, be quiet, we can't say this. And I think right now all of Ghana. Really? That I'm doing talk shop and I think that through this program that I'm doing, I'm cheating the minds of all Ghanaians. No, folks. No. I just need to reach a few people who are discerning to understand that as a nation, unless we change certain things we're doing, we can't get to where we're going. And if I can influence just one, my job would have been done. Because that one person will influence another, the other person also influence another, and the chain reaction keeps going on. So no, I want you to understand clearly that I don't mean that when I do this show, then I put it online, all of a sudden I have changed Ghana. I'm not looking to change Ghana. I can't. It is not within my realm of things that I can do. Say, maybe I try say I'm online. You say, Mrs. Ghana, what about them? It is not my thoughts. So I'm just answering those of you who tell me that why am I wasting my time to tell you. Trust me.
You see, as some of our councils here, I was saying, Crophobe, a catcher, and I say, I don't know, or Hano, they be out now, or Casa, own to Mrs. Ghana. It's not like he said, it's not about changing Ghana. You can, I can, but if you can say a fruitful words to people to change even one person, that same one person can say the same thing to somebody to change the person. You cannot change the whole world. But if you can change only one person, that same one person can change other people. And they have a proverb that they said, a little drop of water make a mighty nation. A little drop of water make a big mighty ocean. So it's not about changing people. You cannot change the whole world. It's gradually. As it is. Everything is gradually. But with time, no, a bit draw. Until nipa biano information. Yes, social media. And a powerful tool. A bit me as social media. The only powerful tool. But and starting right away.
I'm not wasting my time. Trust me, I'm raising a certain level of consciousness. And that's all I need to do to get people to become aware that there are certain things that we should think of. That's what I'm doing. And as we go into the next election, all I'm trying to do is to tell you that we have had enough of useless promises. We have had enough of promises that do not make sense. And I won't stay here and quote you the promises that I don't make sense. That's up to you to determine. All I'm doing is to influence a certain group of people to start thinking very, very well what your choices will be. Because unless we start making the right choices, this country is spiraling downwards and it won't stop. I remember something that JJ said a long time ago. Acho, this is way back in 1979 when most of you were not born. He said something and I'll never forget. He said then that Ghana was like a train. A train going up a mountain, right? And something happened to the train, so it was now going down in reverse at dramatic speed. Train is going down, at dramatic speed. I'm sorry. And he said all he's doing is to stop the train from crashing downwards. He needs to stop the downward spiral. And once that is stopped, and we have figured that the train is no longer going down to crash. Now that the train is stopped, let's figure out how we can do it so that it can start moving up again. Did the kind long ago, that I'm not a small boy, when there was an army talking.
Well, can be about former President Jerry John Rawlings. Na me share no baby bi as we and kind family for you. And that no more on Pia so onye, but people are the critical thinkers no. Ebe hu say oborn ho modern. Nipa obi anye perfect. Obi anye perfect. Nti de bia me kan say do obi obeka say hey me dey me say onbia ninja say nipa no. Ana nipa bia so oni nipa no ntena 101. Na only nipa ntina da. Na only nipa ndi nkuta ho on and on. Don't judge the person. Uni obi ntina da. Na only ni nya nkuta ho a second time. Untimi njeje no. Ntina de bia me say yes yemfa nka asem. Kasa me say.
But I listened to him that time and I said, he makes sense though. He makes sense. Whether I agree with him or not, that analogy makes sense. That if you have a train that is spiraling downwards at great speed, you don't right away try to get the train to start going up. At least stop it from falling down. And once you're able to stop it, say, I brought the train to a full stop. Now we can start thinking about, now that we have stopped it, what can we do to get the train to start moving up again? And that's what I'm saying, folks. Whether you like it or not, I do not like where Ghana is now. I think our downward spiral has been quite dramatic. Ghana, our beloved country, owes the IMF more than any country in this world. Is that a good record?
You see what he's saying? If it's true that Ghana own RS all over the world, we are the people that own. This is not a good record. And it's not a good record. Say I'm pastor as I'm okay. Yen Ghana for na yen RRS for Kamusta. Very bad. And yes, papa. That some no can who say Ghanaians no ye mammy no ye papa no ye chimbano. Did they know omunim? Omunim say ye the RR for cow. Yen we are seeing na yen the RR for cow. I stand to be corrected. Omunim ye nims ye the car. Na kan who say e kana ye de no yen gya resources ne man na wo bi no yen hu so mfaso yen hu e ho so mfaso yaw asem na ye kana ebi mo nti ase na obi wo kasa na no afa wrongly na wo kana say so timi sisa nipa ba ko kura na ope nipa ba ko ene omo wo echi na de na wo kana na wo de kwan we emboa wo na abetimi asisa Ghana wo na abetimi aye den no nipa baako so ena etimi sesa ewiase nyina nipa baako ena ede gogo baaye ena ama me no na etimi kasa nipa baako ena ede WhatsApp baaye ana me no nyina yafa na ye WhatsApp ya ye de kono nti nipa baako de bia nipa baako enye nipa dom nyina.
It is not. We have massive economic problems. Those of you who did not hear what I said when I did a show called Economy in Abodam, go and listen to that show. It's online. You see, Economy in Abodam, the economy is insane. So until we can get anything dramatic and progressive, we have to cure the economy from an insane economy to a sane economy. And now, Oka said, we have to stop the train from continuing to fall. Once you have stopped the train, now let's think about how do we move the train to go back up. And that's where Ghana is. Today as I speak. That's where Ghana is. There's been a spiral downwards, which is unfortunate. But in the history of nations, every nation can go through some kinds of turmoil that will send them down. Many countries have gone there, and many countries have been able to stop the train from crashing, and then they resolve it, and then gradually start taking the train up. That's what I'm saying. Where we are in Ghana now, let us stop the crash. And folks, to the youth,
Ahana omutie ni yo no echirimano omoba no echirimano no kan to the youth wanka say yempanyufo no to the youth mfaso ben ana yeja ama nchirimba no yemma yembezo mu nyina besa be yenko o say yanhwe ne yan discuss ne yan chichi mu amom education we a wonhu the way ankrofo dwane from anu a yenko agu nkrofo krom ebe ye west see o man no kra na yetimu sebi a visitors eje wafa ahoho eje o man afa enya ne bone so e businesses by yenka who say ye mra ben ne yede ma even ahoho no moban when it comes in terms so ye dey asas na ye to amom no is it in the right place right in places because on timi to kwan mba no aso ato asase uto asase no ba mra da ho uto fie na mra da ho what the ni papa mu kra na say what the motor ye dey more ma then rules ne regulations ben mra ben na did that one ma because and name no ka say Ghana ni any obi a watu kwan ba ye kromunya asema sometimes we can brofo na pese ye be kan into di bebre because we can na akoye nsem bebre na ye di bani asuso Ghana ni any kromani obi a ofri ba bia aba no mukodi asema ye be ma Ghana ni no kra ho achi ni Ghana no odi bem no kra no so za achi na ma kromani na afa no adidi nso uko ada aman so a onye unfri kro no ma untimi sorry depending on so vividly wo evidence answer wa sorry pa wo asema onim say wo evidence pa wo twi no gra me ntimi mba wonim sɛ asɛm a woka wɔ yɛ no korɛ paa wɔn sɛ yɛ no korɛ wo bibi wɔn sɛ ade wo evidence that me hunu ha make evidence wo dey kɔ na no kura na ebe din ama adan na say mrasa e wo man a etim
vote. How do we resolve this problem? Listen to what your politicians are promising. And as I said in one of my episodes, and I think I talked about the difference between intent and impact. Online, so go back online and listen to what I said about intent and impact, and then make a decision. Where are we taking this country from here? Very, 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 very key thing. Where are we taking this country from here? That's all I'm asking. You know, in the subsequent editions, not today, but I'm going to just go on facts and be very, very blunt about what people have done, what people want to do, their past, their present, their future, and maybe that is what it's going to take to get us to start thinking in the right direction. But my call today is this, that the train, a call for more and at dramatic speed. This is not politics, this is the reality. We have gotten to a period of Ghana, a period of time in Ghana where you can't even talk about reality because that line and the political line has been made the same. So that if NPP is in power and things are not going well and you say it, then you must be NDC. We are against. So whatever happens, say everything is well. And similarly, if NDC is in power and things are not going well, and you point out to each other, I guess it's the NPP paying you. We can't build a country like this. Let us stand for the truth. Let your yea be yea and your no be no. If it's good for you and everything is right, fine. If it's not, fine. But understand this, and I'm wrapping up right now, that we have reached a stage in our national development where we must start evolving. Let us evolve from the old ways that we used to do things. The old way is when we thought partisan. So because it's the same BR, you don't accept it as a partisan because it's not going the way you like it. That is the old thinking. That is very analog thinking. Analog nature movement, I'm almost 68. Yeah, analog for my director and the people that work with me, they're all digital. That's not my dream. You know, so they think digitally. Yeah, we belong to an analog age. But even we are realizing that in order to understand the world now, your thinking must change. And I'm sorry to say that most of the youth in this country, your thinking is more analog than my father's thinking. More analog for my being is so archaic. The foolish things and unthinkable and unreasonable things that some of our fathers, our fathers used to do. That's what you are picking up on now. No! It must be different. You must be dynamic. You must think on your feet. You must understand the difference between right and wrong, and you must pursue right with all the vigor you can. And it should be based on a partisan line of thinking. I'm telling me and you because my breath. But in my next episode, I'll come back to this, and I'll come back to the ways and means that the youth of Ghana, you have to start thinking. Because I'm saying the youth of Ghana, your thinking has been affected by this whole global thing. You have become people who have become thinking that we are all entitled to the goodness of life without understanding the sacrifices that you need to make to give you the goodness of life. And it's our fault. It's our fault. My generation, or our generation, or your fathers and your parents' generation failed. We tried to protect you, so we set the wrong examples. And you are picking up all those examples. And I have a show coming up that will tell you why I think our generation has failed and why I think your generation should correct our wrongs and stand up to the occasion. So until then, let me end up saying this is KSM, this has been Talk Shop, and that truth crushed to earth shall rise again. See you later.
Yes. KSM or the na 7 baby. Or even baby no or say you to know. Sisiano say yen drink critically. Yen drink critically pa because Sisiana ni reef say no cre can ya but they be a yen jinanian can cre and chenipa. Na I ni reef say Obia benyana o ska na say ne ho to no da ni ka mu ne da ni reef say it goes with what sacrifices. It goes with huge sacrifices. Ntina na nipa nyina ka say nipa nyina na bidi say obi ka chro baby a all start ya enye easy nansen a niema esisa o Ghana ni yeti ase say it's not about say obeko school about degree ni sa niema na first ye shushan kra yesro shushan for ye ka say ye starting kasa na shushan for a omo di omo ofie ni properties a obi a oye farming ni embu obi a oye niema nkitinkiti a yembu okromo no ende na be basis niema ye very very important boa o man no nti KSM show no ode ba ye no de me da yesun ni osun ade bia misun de bia ne say bebe ne sen na ma ya di media fo na chi adi media fo na chi at the end of the day no masabe hu say enyomo because who come deep obeba beti o mase no so ye won sense ma ye beka me de say nua be ma ye papa Pakusi ntima misa edi show ya ba ono so dia ba yeso edi similar the same thing ba na be me de say e bedroom me bi say mre bi ba na ye de sugar money citrate ne bicycles ye de mancrofo a ene omo so omo mpa sa na mre bi beba sa stage na ye musicians ni ko gina so Jesus ka no omo Jesus ka no because ye kan na echiri mano omo ba no echiri mano no all can youth no say omo mpanyimfo no be mistakes bi omo dwen a cake omo adwen no omo dwen niam ayen koso sisi a enness ana use most of the use na adwen anu na ye problem no anu na ye problem ye problem ye kasa magana nti ye oha ye wa magana nti Amagana radio ye beda mwase bebre na ye ka no na ye say ye nyesi ye sesan ewiase nyina nipa baako betia sa nipa baako no ona be ma nipa baako so ate na nipa baako so ate nti ana mpanyifo ka asem se de wo aso no ontie ye wo aso no ontie na fa kwa adwendwem na wo de wabusa onti o ya ade na enye no wonu hu sa ade we enye na obi youth no mani afika kra no omo nkan hu se first ni efre bibi efre ye otwi bi e kan se njankamba Njankamba omukotena ebi mu nchen ahwe dwuma ayedidi omo na hwe bebi a omo life wo na hwe bebi a wo na wo de wo visa o Ghana wo na hwe bebi a life wo obi bia wo team no de asem ya mekan obi a na wo ni bi awo ebi neighbor bi a wo area bi a na wo mususu se ene ye kan obetimi akahwe ne hwe life ne hwe sa ankrofo na na omo ne omo bi ne hwe omo life Ubia story. But our story, is it helping people or is it hurting people? Ene kano 2024 a few months or why beto aba. Ghana ni wada adwen wo say adenti na atomma aba. Na mfaso ben kra na unya as Ghana ni mfaso ben na unya as Ghana ni. The main purpose no. Amagana radio ye da obebi bia wa wutie ye da se yasida kese so koma KSM ekwaku sintima na oye ni show Thank God It's Friday also the show for by a talk show ye da ase ana ye be da a few people so ase a corner bar so the message a oguso try so be enlighten enkrofo Mami Grace born home modern kantanka so aya de kantanka waya de pa ye be hia se ne mani bia omo so asate omo ye niema bia betimi abo na ye fro bi inventor one ono so waya de ye be pese ye ne omo be kasa ye wonkrofo bebre be bo modin bet sisi aye call talent any farming talent is in focus any technology wise and the most important key I see and discuss ni enhwe man na yen kan no cranche nipa na yen kwa all kan tete niema na na ye ne tete no na make can say ye started say obra no ye be kom ni yakom ye kom ye didi achi no Jiwfo ade bia omo come asem no say enne me ubusa me anya say me ye too political na too religious say enne say dey ato enne say enne sorry choose a sebi can make say me choose Jewish for and Muslim last ebe Jehovah Witness why omo kwa Jiwfo no niema na me no ye ne tete no me ni o ma di o ma chi for 3 to 4 years omo live your life simple omo mba mbejeje obi sika omo bo omo hu titi the way yes ye ba apata na family to family we akwaji we nchine we akwaji we shito we akwaji we omo bo omo hu obi nsi asori dan so obi besi asori dan onu ani sika do this is enkrofo nkosum ye besi nkosum ana ye wo de omajeje sika esi na we di aduane kakra ko we di aduane kakra we no wa no di we kakra ko no mo bo mo hai omo hu saha na ye ti 90s no ade ane ye ya no ade omo ye no ukwa efe kura keke wait me sorry say efia otim no ne family o ma free sa afie no akodi 1 month 2 weeks no so nipa na oba ofie no na ososo ne family aba ne fie efe keke na omo tenase na omo home da na Saturday no omo be tenase na omo share stories didi nkomo tu omo manafo ma odo a odo be ma nipa any humanity e wiase ta na na yeti o me nim bebi efie baaye sisi ya nipa adwen yedie no mo say onu de onye ye na ne nua nkofom ye mbo ni di say we na ye we na ye skani adan ya ni ye downfall no ntinde ye kasa from Ghana really ye kwadwo berima nshira na me kasa na omo boa ama adwumade ekwa echi ekwa anim Kevin Ashon ono so edi echi e ba ye software se niam ye Kevin ono so ana ye wo ye nua ba so Clara Asantua ono so boa ama adwumade ne kwa echi ekom ana ye nua ba baako Jennifer ono so eta echi boa ye nti ye da obi bia ase baby bia otie free make sure say obe share ama onua so atie bi ensisaye ne ye pe free Ghana ensisaye na ye pe ne say Ghana ni wadwen ho ahu say mfaso obe na onya free Ghana so as Ghana ni eno na ye hwe di share ma onua hwe bi wo questions see aye bomber talent farming and technology wise na ye kan ni nyina no ye kan culture center asem ye kan National Theatre ya bo maame dokno rekoto David Donto ye refi no kakra ye wo omu nyina siso ana omu boa this educations ni nyina akọ ye by the fireside concert party all on and on there was shows bia ye kwa na ye educate profession all over the world mo munya say education nya ndidie obi a oda baby a only light only pipe no na munya design say ne baby a yesuma sa aban asuma na ase asuma so akoduru ho no mutimi the message ne kura na technology aba ama niam ada ye no kura na ye hu baby a sa niam na akosi na say nye better than before no to see aye west nti obi bia a wutie bi no share ma onua bi na onua bi so share ma onua bi na ye numbers no what talent na ye be kan wasen ye ne ebi mo didi nkomo ye mfan say ebi mu ko ye wo agya ko mu wo ho ye wo ba movie na ye wo omo start omo kike omo wa omo da so ho no sa nkrofo ye ne omo ko bonko na otie de ne ye na ebo ba musicians ye ne esdo adi kan kasa egusu esdo wo America hanum ye se book back so wa hanum ka ke se wa ha ana hon ebium a few people VIP so ha any omo kasa young omo nchi omo adwen ko back because na KS mo kan no so what trans na adwen pa na ye critical thing niema na ye no way back na no na eboa ye nti talent na ye kan sa crofo na omo di omo talent ba ye no na nchirima ne hwe ya omo so de edi echi nkakra de abeduru ho no ye de build ewiase se ne o hwe me na auto tomatoes mienu 10 cedi na auto dokono price and now so say ye memene o yen kwa good information ni yen ka ye humbom as Ghana for ni yen boy ye hu as Ghana farming ye be ya yen farming na yen focus especially yen focus on penny for no ho na ye resources no omo fa mboa ye ni yen hu na yen boa ye hu na Ghana ye hu nto ni yen jai say obi a sorry a embassies ni we aye ma no a o makogu ho no ye da obi bia ase numbers no uko Facebook Ama Ghana radio emne ye mienu uko YouTube Ama Ghana emne ye mienu uko Twitter Ama Ghana na ye mienu uko Instagram Ama Ghana na ye mienu afeni ya start ya guso etoto niema ebe kakra ye de be mamo show no back to back by guso ye ne kakra numbers ne ye +1 61050455517 +1 61050455517 na Ghana so ye +233 240 232393 +233 240 232393 obetimi de wadwenkyere ani baby e kasa ya nkasa yi ani baby a wo hwe a obetimi de wadwenkyere be ba ama na boaye no ama ye hu KSM ye dawase IGP ye dawase any bloggers na me bubo modin no ba answer na me be firi no me de nipa ba akoso din be ba betu edwa wa ha say ye abranti bi so wo Facebook a ono so bo no modin ti say teacher kwadwo a yeyi na di ya asisi ya yehu bebi o na chiri ebe pe na chiri kwane ene na kasa ye friend Percy Jackson uko Facebook and di ne Percy Jackson GH ono so bo no modin osisi obo students ne de ni GH show mo na build talent Emma was starting see school down or they boa villages no so bibia wo hwem no betimi akohwehwe Percy Jackson no subscribe na so wo mboa kakra do be boa na obetimi dia support ne da na o si ni school for no mo boa no first no na ye boa ho etimi do obetimi de na atare o hu se ni neighbor we ni atare no amane bi ahye obetimi ye kuaye me enye saa wo kan bible ye o baby a che say saa no boa ye wo ho minu ha omo kan se na ye tight na just no do obi ado afu aye na na odo afu a obu aburo ni nyina ye kobu ba aso no kra na ye kono ye frɛ ye neighbors ni enyino mo nyina akɔ ni aye aduane adi ni nyina ya do ye bubu aburo se ye bairo se ye bancho ni nyina de aba no abeche mu miensa no ma ye neighbor no efa baako ye neighbor ne fa baako a na wa che de aka na mo manko bi de odi echi no na ye ya fa baako no sa na ye no enne saa ni mani nyina wo Bible mba o ka obi na no mo ka na no boa no o ka obi nti ase nti ye beda obi bia ase eni obi bia o hwe obetima akọ KSM so our YouTube no akọ screen ahwe ne niam on the ba so the new program about a talk show no akọ share our questions so obetima ahwe the same ni page no the niam atutu ajak eni abema ye papa ye bibia kwaku sintim misa ye dawase ye kwadwo berima insha na moka maskono ye da obibia ase obibia otie ye bibia otie free any bibia otie o share our questions are now they are about to say the ye kan ye da obibia ase na minka obibia